Want a different vacationing spot outside of Disneyland? Hi, welcome to my channel, Disney Hobby Guides. Like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications. It really helps me grow my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Great Wolf's Lodge. What is Great Wolf's Lodge, you might ask? Well, Great Wolf's Lodge is usually a hotel tethered to a heated indoor water park. Now, why does the heated portion matter? Well, I don't know about you, but as a parent, when I take my kids out, my biggest concern at a water park is that they're going to get cold. And the reason for that is that while they're wet, there's always some kind of a breeze because most of these water parks are outside. Well, the nice thing about Great Wolf's Lodge is that it's completely indoors at 84 degree F at all times. So it kind of feels like a sauna when you're walking in there. As long as you're inside the water, you'll keep adequately cool, but it's really well heated in there. So it's super comfortable at all times for your kids. And you don't really have to worry because there's always a towel kiosk there. And if you're staying with them, all you have to do is just get your towel and go back to your room, right? So there's really not a whole lot of chances for them to get cold. Okay. Now you might ask, well, why do I care? Well, if you go to Disney and you don't have an annual pass, especially like an Inspire key or the top tier keys that allow you access, these days, if you want to go to the parks during Christmas, you have to buy park tickets. You have to, right? The Inspire key is no longer giving you access during that holiday season, during that Christmas to New Year time frame. So you're gonna have to buy tickets. So I pre-populated a 3-day park hopper ticket around this time frame. This is for 2 adults, 2 kids, with Genie Plus included and parking. You're gonna pay $2,030, and that is nothing else outside of your park tickets. That is not food. That is not hotel. That is just your park tickets to get in during Christmas time. Okay. So let's go ahead and take a look at Great Wolf's Lodge. Now, when you're booking a room with them, it's best to book way in advance. As they sell out rooms, they increase the price of the rooms. And they do that because they want to, get you to FOMO in, right? Fear of missing out, right? So if you go to your deals page and you go to deals, you can see that their current promotions will have these codes right there, like winter for that one, more fun for this one, triple fun if you stay 3 nights, which is 40% off, or e-saver, which gives you 50% off. So let's go ahead and just use one of these 30% coupons because we're not 90 days out, because Christmas is right around the corner. Let's go ahead and just use the winter one, right? So we're going to go book now, and we're going to select the same dates, 23, 24, 25, which is the dates of our park hopper tickets, right? We're going to choose 4 guests, 2 adults, 2 kids. And the ages of the kids don't really matter. I'm just going to pre-populate them as 2 and 9. And then we're going to use that code winter, which is going to give us that 30% off. And we're going to hit book now. Now, when you're looking at it, they have 2 kinds of rooms, right? They have like a standard room like this, which is a 2 queen bed family suite, and that comes out to around $300 a night. Or you can go with the themed room. Now, the Wolf Den Suite is their smallest theme room that they have, and I like this one in particular because it takes away a queen bed. You still get I believe, a full size bed. No, you still get a queen bed. Yeah, you still get a queen bed, and you get a pull out sofa, couch. But more importantly, you kind of have this room that's sectioned off, that has a bunk bed inside of it. So they kind of feel like they're in a fort, right? And we're all doing this for the kids. So I would suggest you spend the $50 extra just so that you can get this kind of themed room so your kids can kind of feel like they have their own place, right? So we're going to go ahead and select it. We're going to bypass the late checkout at $90. And what they do is that they have these passes that you can buy ahead of time. Now, the passes are basically attraction passes. So if you know you're going to spend time on the resort and you're going to do things around the resort, I would highly suggest you pick up one of these passes. And if you want to look at it, they have 3 passes. The pup pass is really just for kids, really, really young kids that don't really need to do a whole lot of activity. The Paw Pass is kind of their middle tier one. That's a kind of like an upgrade from a Paw Pass. And then they have a Wolf Pass, which is pretty much the do everything except for Build-A-Bear. And they usually have some kind of a Build-A-Bear inside their facility. So if you look at the Pup Pass, they'll give you the Build-A-Bear, give you ice cream, cup of candy, and then a $5 gift card, which is for their arcade, which is really nothing. I mean, $5 in the grand scheme of things is roughly around 2 games. It comes out to 20 points, and almost everything in there is about 10 to 13 points to play a game. If you do these little claw machines, they'll be like 6 a point, so it might get you potentially 3 games. So it's really just 3 games. It's not a whole lot. If you do the paw pass, there's no build a bear, but it gives you the Magi quest, and it gives you one wand or topper, or magic belt. You only get one. You don't get all 3. You only get one in there. So I would suggest you get the wand, because you're going to need the wand to play a game. You could just buy the toppers if you really want, which gives you extra powers on your wand, or the magic belt, which really just is for you to hold your wand. So there's really not a whole lot there, right? If you do the wolf pass, it'll do everything, right? You get the magic quest, the wand, topper, or belt. You only get one. A $5 arcade gift card, a cup of candy, ice cream, Moonstone Mine, which is kind of like their mirror maze. It's super short. There's really not a whole lot in there. There's kind of like these little activities that you can do inside there, but for the most part, it's just a really quick mirror maze. There's a little bowling alley, which is not a full-fledged bowling alley. It's like those pins that are stuck on these strings that you can use to bowl. It's not even a real bowling ball. It's like a little small ball. They have a little mini golf course there, and I believe this one gives you specific access to their kind of like their jungle gym system in there. There's kind of like this jungle gym where you can get on a harness and kind of climb this obstacle course. So for the most part, I think the Wolf Pass at $85 is a great buy. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Go ahead and hit continue. You can pre-purchase food ahead of time. For the most part, if you choose one of these dining deals, which is only good during dinner time, maybe lunchtime too, it gives you about a 10% savings. So if you know you're going to spend a certain amount, then go ahead and get it. But just understand that it kind of locks you in, right? You don't really have a choice but to use all of that credit during your stay. So try to get a little bit close, but not over, right? So if you're doing the gold dining package at $200, that's not really that bad. What I would suggest for sure, something that you should get, because you really don't want to deal with this in the morning, is to do the breakfast package. So the breakfast package is pretty much a continental breakfast. They'll have eggs, bacon, sausages. There's pastries that you can pick up. There's fruits, cereal. They even have like smoked salmon if you really want that in the morning. But for the most part, it's a pretty good price for what you get. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that, and then we're gonna hit. We're gonna check our prices, right? So here's our stay summary, right? So this is for 3 nights. It comes with 2 adults, 2 kids, right? So that's $1,049.97. Your park passes, which are included in your cost of your hotel. Wolf Pass, 2 of them at $169.98. The breakfast at $161.91. You are at $1,381.86. And I'm sure there's probably going to be some taxes and resort fees included. At 10% of that, you're talking about 130 something dollars. That's 14. You're looking at about 1510 right there. To have at least one breakfast, a hotel, and the cost of your park tickets. And that's pretty close. I mean, that's pretty close to Disney, but you haven't even paid for your hotel yet, in that 2030 estimate. So you are saving, anywhere from 700 to 1,000 to stay at Great Wolf Lodge. And what you could do too is that you could stay at Great Wolf Lodge, do the water park and everything like that, and then just drive on over to Disneyland if you want to kind of do a split stay between the two to kind of share. At least you have a hotel, and then at least you have water park access if you really need. So I'm going to do another video about the pros and cons about Great Wolf Lodge later on down the road. But for right now, this is more of just an idea being thrown out there if you really want to try something different. Great Wolf Lodge is really not that bad. Overall, I think their entertainment is great, but there's some things that are a little bit quirky about the area. In particular, like their IT system is really kind of difficult to navigate. But outside of that, I think it's a good vacationing opportunity. What are your thoughts? Take care. Bye.